Hey man, welcome back to the Super Divorce YouTube and or Twitch channel. Nicholas Villars here, aka Super Divorce. Welcome back to Sega Mania. This is a streaming program where we're taking a look at every single game reviewed throughout the short, wonderful but tragic lifespan of Sega Mania magazine. Sega Mania magazine ran for 7 issues from 2021 through 2022. Just closed down their doors recently, out of nowhere. And what they did in Sega Mania magazine was they went ahead and started back in 1989. And we're looking at the games first that came out in that year. Then they were taking a look at the games that came out in 1990 and 91 and 92, and they were going year by year, issue by issue, trying to kind of keep the gimmick where they were writing from the perspective of people in the year in question. Trying not to reference the future of Sega too much, trying to stick to the time, you know, and they didn't always do that. They actually kind of made a joke of how often they would reference the future and how often they'd step outside the bounds of what they originally intended to do, which was write from the perspective of people in the year that they were covering in each particular issue. So it was an interesting idea, and one that I was sad to see have the plug pulled so early. Anyway, I was not content to let it end at 7 issues only. I said, you know what? I'm going to keep Sega Mania alive via live stream. And so what we're doing on Sega Mania is we are going to play every single game that they reviewed across all 7 issues of Sega Mania magazine. We're going to see what they had to say about those games, and we're going to see what we have to say about them here on the Super Divorce channel. See how my reviews match up to the reviews of the Sega Mania staff. And tonight, this is Sega Mania number 9, featuring a game called Submarine Attack, which I have never played until this evening, and I only played it for about maybe 2 or 3 minutes, just to make sure that the game was actually functioning, so I wouldn't say, oh, I got it all ready to go here, and then we go to play the game and it doesn't work, and that would be extremely embarrassing for everyone. So I didn't want to do that. I always want to check the games out just for a minute before we actually go ahead and play them, so I don't disappoint people like Carrot here in our chat, Martin Carrot Callawhacker, who is here with us, rocking his rackers. And what I'm going to do is pop open the top of a crisp, refreshing Rheingeist Cincy-made crumb cake beer with coffee, lactose, not laxative, lactose. Beer with coffee, lactose, and vanilla extract. And Jess is here. She's joined in the fun. Oh, you know what I need to do is I need to make sure that I can get the game all ready to go after we check out the review, which we're going to do right now. We're going to see what Tim Hugall over at Sega Mania had to say about Submarine Attack. Now, if you would like to follow along with me, you can just look at your screen, because I have conveniently placed a PNG image of the Submarine Attack review right there on your screen for you. You can read along right there, or if you would like a higher res version of the review where you can zoom in and scroll around yourself, or maybe even flip through the full issue of Sega Mania Magazine number 1, follow the link in the description below over to the Sega Mania Magazine archive. And, just in the way that Sega Mania Magazine was going in year order, we're going in review order. So if you look on the page opposite to the left of Submarine Attack, you would see the review for Revenge of Shinobi, which is what we played last time. And I always try to keep it a secret. I'll give you a little hint at the end of this review as to what's coming next, but I'm not going to spoil it completely. If you ever want to find out what's going to be reviewed next, then all you have to do is just go to the Sega Mania Magazine archive, and just see what the next review was after the one that we covered on any particular episode. So, Sega Mania Magazine, issue number 1, page number 29 is where you'll find Submarine Attack's review. So all you have to do is flip to the next page, and you'll find out what we're going to be reviewing next time on this program. If you don't want to find out what we're reviewing next time, then don't do that. And I'm doing pretty well. Just that I sound like Tim again. How do I sound like Tim again? Am I making a bunch of conversation mistakes? I didn't think I was fumbling around too much. I tripped a couple times. I'm sorry. Let me get a drink and see if that helps. Yeah. Oh, at the beginning I was sounding like Tim Heidecker. I didn't mean to. I apologize. Jess is feeling grumpy today. How are you doing tonight, Carrot? You doing alright? Having a good day? Didn't get hit by a latent hangover, did ya? I hope not. Anyway, let's see what Tim Hugall had to say about Submarine Attack. And he said, choosing games to review at Sega Mania Towers is a tough job. We can't cover all of the games that landed on the store shelves in 1990. So when it comes to our final selection before we go to print, there are inevitably winners and losers. Submarine Attack was not a particularly notable or memorable game, but it wins a place in this issue because not only was it the first game for a Sega console I owned, this is Tim speaking here, not only was it the first game for a Sega console I owned, but also the first cartridge I ever held in my then tiny hands. Prior to the arrival of my Master System Mark II in Christmas 1990, I had to make do with a Spectrum ZX2 Plus, with only a copy of Daley Thompson's Decathlon on cassette to pass the time. So the colors, and sounds of Submarine Attack were an assault on the senses when the game fell out of Santa's sack and into my living room that year. And for this reason, and this reason only, does it get a mention on our pages, because otherwise, dear readers, it's a bit shit, says Tim Hugall. Whoa, okay. Sensible cap on. Let's wind that back a bit. Visually, Submarine Attack is an excellent-looking game for the Master System, with very clean and bright sprites and a consistent design language throughout. It doesn't break the mold in any major way, but it's very pleasing to look at, and there's no ambiguity. It's very clear what's an enemy and what's part of the environment, something of a rarity for a game from the 8-bit era. Gameplay-wise, it's a fairly basic auto-scrolling shooter. Both Master System buttons are utilized, one providing you with a straight shooting torpedo, and the other spitting out upwards firing rockets, which have an arc trajectory adding an element of skill into how they are utilized. The range of enemies is wide, and there's a good amount of variety in their attack patterns. Mines, enemy subs, ships, and even bubbles relentlessly try to stop you in your path. The controls are tight and responsive, and you should have no problems commanding your little submarine with a high degree of confidence. The music is probably the game's strongest asset. You hear it right now, don't you? You can probably hear that music playing at the moment. Back to the review, though. The music is probably the game's strongest asset, with a catchy tune, which is excellent for the first few minutes, but can begin to grate a little for reasons explained later. The sound effects aren't as strong, with your torpedoes and their annoying tinny whoosh sound becoming quickly annoying due to how much there is to constantly shoot in this game. So what justifies me giving the game such a walloping in the first paragraph? Well, the biggest issue with Submarine Attack for me is the difficulty. It is brutally hard. It was impossible for me as a 5-year-old, and it's still impossible for me now. And as a result, I really don't like it. Take a look at the screenshots on this page, and you'll note they're all taken from level 1. I've never seen level 2. I don't even know if there is a level 2. As for the soundtrack, you will be hearing it over and over again to the point of insanity. I can tell you that there are power-ups in this game, but they disappear so quickly I've never been able to grab one, so I can't tell you what they do. Ultimately, as for the longevity of the game goes, as a whole package I can't say. There may only be one level, but what I can tell with absolute certainty is that you can get at least 31 years of gameplay out of that first stage. So, if you're a masochist who loves the likes of Dark Souls and Sekiro, and the pleasure of dying over and over again, you might want to give Submarine Attack a spin. It might not be as pretty, but it will certainly keep you busy. And there we go. That is Tim Hugall's review of Submarine Attack. Sega Mania's review by way of Tim Hugall. Carrot asks, Sega or Sega? Depends on my mood. I might like to say Sega. I might like to say Sega. Totally mood dependent for me. So I'm not going to give you a hard and fast answer on that one. Now then, let us put that review away in the thumbnail. And let us start our Submarine Attack adventure here and see what we've got going on. So right away, look at, it is true, nice, crisp, vibrant, pleasing visuals. Ooh, that sound right there, that sounds like when you throw fireballs in Super Mario Brothers, doesn't it? That's very, like, I don't want to say very identical. It's very close. It's almost identical to it. And it almost sounds like it's combined with the jumping sound in Mario. Listen. It's like the sound of fireballs being thrown plus the sound of Mario jumping. Do you hear the jump in the background there? And you can go all the way down here past the coral structures all the way to the ocean floor. But you have to be careful if you do that, because then when those bubbles come up, you don't have much time to evade. So I think a strategy where you kind of move about a bit seems to be good, but it is tough to avoid these guys. And it doesn't show you your health. You don't have like a health meter. The fact that I'm flashing right now leads me to believe that I probably have like one hit left and I will be exploded. Oh! Boy. And you can't move backwards, which, well, you can. I guess it wasn't letting me a minute ago. Maybe you can only move back, like, to a certain point on the screen. Oh, boy! That guy... What happened there? I don't even know what hit... I don't know what hit me! Something got me. Right here, I can't move back. I can only wait. But if I go all the way up the screen... No, now like, it doesn't let me move backwards. It lets me stop in place, kind of. Is this a boss fight? Yep. Seems boss fighty. I'd like to take this guy in the front out first of all. Okay, I can shoot their projectiles out of the water. That's good. I don't want to try moving up yet. So I don't know if I can go through those bars or if that'll damage me for some reason. So I'm going to try and stay back until I get done with this fellow, which I think I should be able to do. Hey, look at that! Was that the end of the first level? The end of level 1? Stage 2! Look at that, Tim Hugall! I've done what you've been trying to do since you were 5 years old, bud. Never played this before tonight. Ooh, taking some hits here, though. You gotta keep firing. I think that's part of the strategy here. You gotta keep the ship flying. Whoop. And once again, we can go down below what looks like the surface level. I was worried about that at first. I thought that if I touched, you know, this region where I am right now, that I would take damage from it, but that's not the case. Thankfully. Whoop! So I'm just kind of mashing the attack buttons here. And, oh, that was a health. I guess H is for health. Oop. That ain't good. Oh, we got some falling rocks. Probably don't want to hit those. These guys are flipping and flopping all over the place. Whoop! They try to do little tricky maneuvers and sort of patterns of movement. Ooh, now we've sped up with our attacks. I mean, not the most nuanced approach here, but it has gotten me this far, so I'm gonna keep up with it. I'm not... Oh, there's another health. Haven't been penalized yet. Oh, the falling rocks are from exploding volcanoes, from volcano eruptions. Whoa. Okay. Alright. Whoa, I don't know what's... What is that? What's... A second boss fight? Maybe? What are those? They're sort of underground mechanisms doing bad things. Yeah? Now what? I gotta hit that guy. Oh! Oh! Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just keep moving up in time and we should be fine. Ooh! Ooh! Okay. Oh, I wasn't paying. No! That was bad. See? I started taking the map for granted there. Because I hadn't been hurt by the map yet. I was like, oh, well, that's not going to hurt me. I'm just going to be able to move right through it, and that was not the case there. Now I've got... Is that a shrimp? Or a krill? A giant krill coming after me? Whoa! We got some mechanical sharks. Shark-infested waters that we're swimming in here. I could certainly go for a health right now. A health power-up. Nope! And that sucks because it wouldn't let me move backwards. It seems like you're only able to do that sometimes. No! I was too far away when I shot it. Yeah, I don't understand why bubbles hurt you. That's... You built this ship to come down here and do all this, but it can't withstand a bubble attack. That seems like a design flaw. At the very least, someone should be reprimanded for that. Now, I don't understand this. Right now, I can move forward, backwards, sidewise, upwise. Game over. Man. But then other times, it's like I move forward and the ship gets stuck and it won't let me go back. And that's problematic when there are things coming at you and you need to be able to maneuver around any which way that you feel like you want to go. Let's see where I get to continue from. So I can at least continue from stage number 3. I managed to not die immediately this time because I knew that I needed to... Oh, get up! Ah, shit. Got some bonefish coming at me. Here comes the krill. Oh! Damn it. I don't like that guy. He's a real SOB. I'm gonna go topside this time. And see what kind of shit we have going on up here. There we go. 2 power-ups in a row. I'll take that. That's, increased the speed of the ship, and it's increased my firing speed. So I'll buy that for $1. I'll take that from you. No! Well, oh, okay, we got another one. That's good. Ooh, that's good. That should give us a nice health boost. I think right now it's as if I have not taken any hits after I got that health pack there. No, 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 no. We're gonna stay topside. Let's stay topside with it. Those turtles seem to be invincible. So I can just get my ass right around them when they come around. Try and scoot right on by them. Not gonna worry about trying to engage them too much. Seems like this level is going on for a while here. Ah, missed that power up. Sounds like boss fight time. Alright. Let's do it. Where are ye? Alright, what does he have going on here for us? I'm gonna stay about right here. I'm hitting something, I think. It sounds like I am. I don't want to just hit his projectiles. What else do I need to hit on this guy? What else am I trying to get here? Those? Are those guns that I'm trying to hit? Take that guy. Come on now. I don't know if it'll... Okay, I can move on top of him. That's good to know. Now what? Just this, the mouth blaster? Is that... What else are they wanting me to shoot here on this fellow? Do I have to actually shoot that when it's in his mouth? That seems like it. Look at that shit, guys. Whew! Stage 4. Nighttime. A nighttime infiltration. With underwater pyramids and... what are those? Things have gotten weird now. Now we're fighting, are these like Atlantean enemies? We've got, oh god, swimming pharaoh heads and unicorns of gold. What has happened now? We started off with some basic ships to fight, and now it's turned into kind of like a underground Atlantean conspiracy. With, what are these? Are they daggers or magic swords flying at me underwater? These guys take a lot of hits too. Ah! Damn it. I don't like the pharaoh heads. Those guys are shit. What is this? Like a underwater badge? What are these things? I don't know, but they're getting me somehow. They hardly move. Here's some fellows. I don't know what they're doing. Enough unicorns. Fuck. I feel like I moved right into that one. Got the health, though. Ooh, man. My hand is getting sore from this. The tapping. This is a lot of tapping. What a Shyamalan twist in this game. Seems like you're just going to be taking on some boats. I thought it was going to be really boring enemy-wise, but it's turned out that it's just a complete shit show. Nothing would have prepared you for what was going to happen once you get a few levels in. You never would have seen this coming. I never saw this coming. Now look at this guy. I mean, we got some badass boss fights here. Okay, so we gotta watch out for falling debris. And it seems like, can we only hit him when shit's falling down? He's kind of got the Thanos chin. You see? Bad guys that have a chin like that are always really bad. Real bad news. I don't know why he only takes damage when shit's falling down, though. Maybe... Alright! Okay. Ooh, stage 5. I'm gonna get cramps. I already got them, man. This ain't good. I hope I can keep going and my hand doesn't give out. I might make it through, but I might end up with permanent carpal tunnel by the end of it. How did you get carpal tunnel? I got carpal tunnel one evening when I was playing a game called Submarine Attack on the Sega Master System. Well, surely it took you more than one night. It wasn't just one night that did. Yes, it was one night that did it. It was one night. That's how I got carpal tunnel. I played Submarine Attack one time and ended up with chronic, permanent, everlasting carpal tunnel syndrome. Was it worth it? I don't know. I can't say yet. I'm not sure if it was worth it yet. Things are getting real nasty now. I need a health. Give me a health. Yes! Yes! The old Marv Albert yes, where it sounds like he's saying Y-A-W-L-S. Yes! Robert Horry hits a 3-point shot. Yes! Yes! Up. Oh! I didn't want to take that hit. I wonder if Tim Hugall knew that you're able to launch both of these torpedoes at the same time. Because if you tried to just do one or the other, it wouldn't work. You would have a shit time and my hand. No. No. Oh God. Oh God. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Enough. Oh, fuck. Whew. How many stages? Good Lord. Now I can shoot lasers. I've gained a laser ability. Oh, you can't do that. Okay. This is tricky. You can't go below. You gotta go in between those electrical bolts when they're not firing. You can't avoid that by going beneath them. You gotta go through the danger zone, as it were. Seems like if you hit one of the conductors when the lightning's firing, that it enables you to pass through. So that... No, fuck it. Fuck! Missed a health pack. You know it's health because it says H. And I think that if I would have hit any of those bubbles, then it would have killed me. That's why I avoided... I tried to maneuver through gingerly, like that. Ah, there we go. A health pack! And now we've got tubes, big tubes, filled with xenomorphs. What in the world is going on with this game? What kind of game is this? Ah, something hit me. Let me try and not get hit this time. There we go. Okay, oh, get it! Ah, good. Got the health pack. No, don't let him... No. Shit. That's the first xenomorph that I haven't hit, like, immediately. And I paid for it. Got a health pack. Keeping my health up. An attack pack. Sounds like boss fight time. Oh boy, look at this. Isn't this something else? Woo! What am I even hitting here? Oh boy, that was shit. Oh no, I've lost all my power-ups too. Oh boy. Well, good luck doing that with no power-ups, huh? God bless it all. This is a shit show. How am I supposed to do that? What a joke. Damn it. I don't, it doesn't look like I'm taking damage, but somehow it seems like I am, and I'm not sure where it's coming from. Oh, fuck, did I do it? Ooh! I beat the fucking game! Look at that! I fucking beat it, guys! Is that it? That's gotta be it. Oh, man. Sorry about the laser sound, Carrot. What's up, Joe? What happens when you hit continue? I just want to hold on. I want to stare at this nice Northern Lights scene that we have right here for a minute. Because I'm trying to think. Hold on. Let me consult my Sega Mania magazine right here for a second. I have to consult my magazine for one moment. This is the first game in our Sega Mania series that I have completed. So this is an historic event in Sega Mania. The first one that I completed right here tonight. Submarine Attack on the Sega Master System. A game that Tim Hugall said was the Dark Souls of the Sega Master System. Or something like that. Triumphantly, I've done it. Now, let me see what happens here when you click continue. Or press continue, rather. It seems like it's just level 1 again. And I'm gonna find out very quickly if the difficulty has been increased a significant amount, or if it's just like the game again. If you just want to play through again, you can. Joe says he got chased by the Ink Demon in Gmod. That was probably a scary experience, I would imagine. the Ink Demon is a scary guy. Scary fellow. Scary character. It could be that Tim Hugall is bad at side-scrollers, but I figure he would have played other side-scrollers in his life. It seemed, you know, when I was reading his review that this one was just especially difficult. What I've found is if you can keep your wrist from falling off, keep your hand from locking up completely, if you're able to keep this pace and just tap, 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 tap. Now, I mean, I died just then. There's my game over. Yeah, I mean, but it didn't seem that much harder. So, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it unlocks a new difficulty or anything for you to go back through and test your skills at another level. It just seems like it's the same game again. I was giving it kind of a half-assed attempt there because I just went through it and I was just tapping, 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 moving around. It didn't feel like the enemies were coming at me at a faster pace or that there were more of them or it took more hits to damage them. So, I'm going to say that I beat the game. I'm going to say that's that. And we're not doing a whole second round, Carrot. That's it. My wrist, my forearm, it's received a nice workout here. That's like, you know, that's a proper exercise right there. Proper wrist workout. Joe said, I like making record bead or what are record ornaments? What are record bead ornaments? I don't think I've ever heard of that before. Carrot, do you know what a record bead ornament is? Because I don't. Let me put the thumbnail back up there. Now, I'm going to open up Tim's review one more time and see what I have to say. How does the Super Divorce review measure up with the Sega Mania, not Sega Mania, that's this show, just the Sega Mania review? Nick versus Tim. What's going on? What's the deal? What do I have to say? Well, okay. So he kind of starts off in that first paragraph by saying that it's a bit shit. He was enamored with the colors and the sounds at first because he had only played one game on his Spectrum ZX2 Plus, Daley Thompson's Decathlon. That was the only game he had played before this one. So when he tried Submarine Attack for the first time, it was quite a new and exciting experience for him. But the game itself, he said, was a bit shit. Well, I agree with him on his appraisal of the visuals. He said that Submarine Attack is an excellent-looking game for the Master System with very clean and bright sprites and a consistent design language throughout. Now, there's something that I take issue with because he said throughout. It's that throughout. Now, he admits he didn't make it past stage 1. So I suppose we have to take him at his word here and you know, take that into account when he says throughout. He's talking about throughout the first level. Clearly, the design, visually, it's very appealing. It is bright and vibrant throughout the entire game, but the style and the tone and you know, the story, if you want to call it that, from beginning to end, I mean, it goes wild. It goes off the rails. You start out and you think you're a submarine guy going out for an attack, taking out some other, like here, you know, just go back. This is what you think the game is going to be. This is what I was expecting. I was like, okay, well, if this game ends up being extremely difficult and it's just like stage after stage of these little kind of bitch-ass little boats driving by, dropping bombs, and you got some, some random mechanical starfish and shit like that. I was like, I could see how this would get really boring, and you wouldn't feel like you need to see any more than the first level. I was expecting it to be stage after stage of that, and it was not. Not at all. It really ramps up. It really, as I said, goes off the rails and gets crazy, which I appreciate. It's shocking the way that it varies from beginning to end. But yeah, it's very clear what's an enemy and what's part of the environment on the first stage. Some of the later stages, that's not exactly the case. That doesn't really hold up, especially on that last one. You kind of have to guess, and I think I guessed correctly for the most part, but in the later stages, there are a few times where you're not sure, okay, can I go through this section, or is that like an obstacle? And if I hit it, am I going to take damage or no? And you just kind of have to test it for yourself to find out. I try to err on the side of caution so I don't take damage when things like that present themselves in games. But, I mean, it wasn't awful. It was just one of those things where there's so much going on that it puts questions in your mind, and there's no real way to find out until you just go for it. So, let me see. Hold on. Let me look at the chat real quick. Joe said, I'm melting beads in the shape of a record. In the middle has a hole, and around the hole is the colored part. And then the top has an archway, I guess, where the strings go through the hole in the arch. And then, boom, ornament thing. Okay, I see. Carrot's concerned that melting beads is a breathing hazard. You might need a respirator if you're going to be doing that, or if you've got, if you've sort of picked up beads that are made for that kind of thing. Maybe that's what he's got. Maybe he's got melting beads. All right, Joe's going to go play Minecraft. Have fun in Minecraft, Joe. Thanks for stopping by. And yeah, if you're making beads or making ornaments with beads, then make sure that you are doing your due diligence. Melt them down in a well-ventilated area. Maybe crack the window, or if you have a workshop where you're doing it, open the windows, open a door up. Maybe open the garage door if you're doing it in the garage. Jess got into, what was it? Resin. She was working with resin for a while, making little resin knickknacks and doodads. Kind of cool stuff, but she always opened the windows because it was quite offensive, the odor that stuff puts off. You don't want to sit there and just breathe it in a closed up room. But that's something completely different. It's not melting beads. I'm just saying, it reminded me of that because you wouldn't want to sit and huff resin fumes either. Booty beads? Carrot said booty beads. I don't think he's melting booty beads. start talking like that, you're going to draw the sex bots here. We did have a sex bot show up in the comments on, I think it was last night's video. I think on the stream earlier today, we had a sex bot stop by in the comments and leave a comment. The best 18-plus dating site on the internet. And I had to report them for pornography. Because that's what they're really trying to sell. They're trying to sell you porno. I think everyone has at least a little bit of artistic talent somewhere. You just have to discover what it is. And even if you don't feel like you're talented, I think if you keep doing something for long enough and you're honest about like where you're making mistakes and you work to improve upon those mistakes, I think anyone can grow as an artist. You might not start out with the same base talent level as other people. You might start off just being absolute shit. Some people start off like the first time they pick up a pencil and draw a picture, it seems like they're just naturally talented. They get it somehow. It just kind of clicks for them. And they've got, they've still got work to do. Even that person has a long way to go before they become a master. But I think that someone who sucks at art can, with time and effort and honesty, that's a big one. That's the one people don't talk about enough. You gotta be honest with yourself. Compare your shit to like the stuff that you pay money for, whatever it is, games, music, artwork, as far as like drawing or coloring. Compare your stuff to the stuff that you pay money for, and then ask yourself, what's the difference? What are they doing that I'm not doing? What mistakes am I making? Well, I just suck. That's not good. That's not putting any effort into drilling down into the particulars. And if you can just find one thing to work on and fix that, then move on to the next thing and fix that and tweak and tweak and tweak and tweak, and you move along, and one day you wake up and you might find that you're fairly competent. You've become a fairly competent artiste in this or that respect. Carrot said it heard us planning a revolt against their channel. Oh, talking about the sex bot. Yeah, probably so. Planning our raid, or our brigade, to go and spread the word of Super Divorce on the sex bot channels. Let me take a look here back at this review real quick. So Tim said it was a basically straightforward auto-scrolling shooter. Both Master System buttons utilized, yeah. Even with only playing the first level, he said the range of enemies is wide and there's a good amount of variety in their attack patterns. He said that the music is the game's strongest asset, with a catchy tune. I mean, overall, the music... Honestly, I think I was tapping so much, and I was so focused on the gameplay that I really was not taking into account what the music was like on any of the... especially the later levels. So maybe, I don't know. Carrot... Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll address my hidden talents just in a second here, but I was going to ask, since you were here for the whole thing, do you recall if the music changed on the levels after level 1? Was there unique music for each level? Because I honestly, I couldn't tell you. I was so focused on the game, and the tapping was so intense and loud that I think that's all I heard. Even the lasers that you were talking about, I've got headphones on and I didn't even notice. So I don't know what the laser sounds were that were bothering you. I'll have to look at that and to go back and check that out. So, yeah, I can't really Can't really speak to the sound. I'll just say that it wasn't awful. It didn't bother me. So it's not anything that I'm going to take points off for. Carrot was deafened by the last level. I'm sorry about that. I haven't changed the sound level on the Master System / Genesis / Mega Drive. I've had it sitting at the same level for like all the games I've been playing here, so I didn't think that there would be any issues with any of these games blasting anyone's dick off with deafening auditory bullshit. So I apologize for that. So what was Tim's big beef here? He had never seen level 2. He didn't know if there was a level 2. As for the soundtrack, he said yes, the first track is excellent, but if you're as poor a player as I am, you will be hearing it over and over again to the point of insanity. Well, to be blunt, Tim, I'm not as poor a player as you, and I didn't hear it over and over again, so it does not bother me. It didn't bother me, and it doesn't now. So I cannot sympathize or empathize with you on that point. I will not be counting that as a strike against Submarine Attack. He's glad that he was able to get 31 years of gameplay out of the first stage. That's good, at least, you know. I kind of have said before I had a similar experience with Simon's Quest, Castlevania 2, because I would always just play the same parts over and over again in Castlevania 2 as a kid. Because it was really impossible to know how to proceed in that game without a bit of advice. Without calling the Nintendo hotline or something, which I never did as a kid. There was no internet to look stuff like that up, so unless you happened to have a friend who had called the Nintendo hotline or was somehow a gaming savant and figured it out for himself, there were certain games that you just were not going to complete. You're going to hit a certain point, and then there was like some cryptic thing you needed to do, and you were never going to do it. But if the game was good, you would just keep playing the same part over and over again. And you could do that literally for years and keep going back to it. And that's, I think, one of the reasons why I love Simon's Quest so much, is because I did that. And I guess for Tim Hugall, this game had a similar place for him in his life. He just never advanced beyond the first level like we did here tonight. So I have to disagree with him. I don't think that this game is shit at all. I think when I'm looking through here, I don't know. I don't want to say it's the best game that I've played so far here on Sega Mania, but it was challenging, and it was fun. It was overall a positive gameplay experience for me. So I would recommend trying out Submarine Attack for yourself. It's a wild game. It's a wild ride. Maybe if you know what's coming, you're not going to have that surprise factor like I did, because I didn't know where the hell the game was going. I didn't know any of that shit in the later levels was going to happen. I didn't know we had xenomorphs and Atlantean gods and all this kind of stuff. I didn't know that was going to happen. But I appreciate it. I think that it shows a lot of chutzpah, ingenuity, a real maverick spirit that the creators of this game went in with. So, thumbs up. I like it. I'm going to give it 8 super divorces out of 10 super divorces. Tough but fair. Absolutely. Now, do I have any hidden talents? I don't think so. I think I'm pretty out in the open with the shit that I'm, like, decent or okay at. There's not really anything that I'm trying to think. I haven't tested this out in a long time, but I was always like, I was always among the fastest kids in school. Now, I don't know how that's gonna hold up at 37 years old. But I feel like this. I feel like next to the average 37-year-old, not someone who trains for sprinting or running or who's like actively competing, but just up against another guy my age who's, you know, in pretty good shape. I'm not talking about, yeah, I can beat this couch potato in a race. I'm saying up against guys who are kind of like me, who have managed to keep themselves in decent shape over the years, who's not a loaf, someone who's not a slob. I'm fairly confident that I would beat them in a foot race. If someone that I just met challenged me to a foot race, I'm confident that I will win. Just naturally. I've always been naturally fast. So, I think that that's kind of a talent. And I think that I could be faster if I started working on it. Over the years, I've kind of gravitated towards long distance running. I enjoy going out for a nice long run. And I haven't done much sprinting. But if I really zeroed in on the sprint, I think that I could become even faster. Still, at 37 years old, I think I could do it. But that's, I don't think I've shared that before. So, maybe that's a hidden talent. Or hidden skill. Alright. So that was a successful stream. Submarine attack. Next time, Sega Mania number 10. Already at number 10. We're going to leave the ocean. We're going to leave the waters. And we're going to be entering a similarly fantastical world for the next game. That's your clue. Not going to tell you what game we're playing. If you would like to find out, check out the description below. There's a link to the Sega Mania magazine archive. Click on issue number 1. And if you head over to page number 30, you will see the game that we're going to be playing next time here on Sega Mania. Might be the very first Sega game that I ever played. I feel like maybe that's... maybe not. It was it was amongst the first Sega games I ever played in my life. Jess backs me up. She says I do run quite fast. Yeah, it's always been a feather in my cap. Well, they know that, Jess. You know.
I mean, that's not much of a secret. That's something that I've put on display here over the years. You know, just here and there. Sometimes, just
try to. I've shown off a few of the different voices I'm capable of. Carrot says I got like 0 talents. I don't believe that. I don't believe that there's a single person on this planet who has 0 talents. Maybe you haven't stumbled upon it yet, but I think there's something that you're bringing to the table. You know? Everyone's got a little something that they can offer. You just gotta dig to find it sometimes. Follow your bliss to find out. That's an old saying, you know? I think that's probably gonna wrap it up for this evening. But yeah, don't accept that you're just a plain Jane carrot. Don't accept that. Even if you feel like you have no talents, then just say, alright, fine. Maybe that's been the case up till now, but you know what? I'm going to manifest a goddamn talent. And then find something you're interested in and just pick it. Just grab it by the throat and say, hey, I am going to become talented at this. And you grab it by the throat and you don't let go of it, and you just go for it and just do it. Jess is good at breaking stuff. She's a real klutzo, big time. Maybe the biggest klutz I've ever met in my life. But I still love her, so it's okay. I'll be by your side as you continue to break things on into old age. And I'll help you put them back together again. That's why I'm here. And with that, I believe I am going to head out for the night. So if you haven't done so, please like this video, comment below, share with your friends, sub to the channel, bong the gong for notifications, so maybe you know when new videos go live, maybe you know when I live stream, if YouTube decides to tell you. Subbing and bonging the gong at least gives you the opportunity to maybe be alerted when we go live here. And if you'd like to keep up with my exploits outside of YouTube, you can follow me on Twitter at SuperDivorce. Say hello over there. And then you can check out Super Divorce Music on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, Amazon, wherever you like to stream your tunes, you can find Super Divorce. Give it a shot, please. I think you'll enjoy it. Carrot, thanks for hanging out. Everyone else lurking or watching later, thank you. Tim Hugall, if you see this, don't feel bad. Please learn from what I've done here tonight, and maybe it's time to get your cartridge out once again and give Submarine Attack another shot. Maybe it's finally your time. I hope it is. Everyone, take real good care. Keep kicking ass. Love you lots. Lord willing, I'll be back very soon with another video for you to watch. Bye-bye.